Welcome back to the Strong Mum Club Reset Programme. This is your mobility class for weeks 3 to 4. So we are building on the strength from weeks 1 to 2. This class takes into consideration flexibility, balance and strength. So we're going to start off with a full tall stretch, so feet nicely together, bringing up the arms. Lovely deep breath in, reaching up nice and tall, and then we're going to forward fold, so bringing the arms all the way down and just let the body come nicely down, starting in this lovely position, and then we're going to walk our hands forward into a nice high plank. Once we get here, we're going to drop our knees to the floor and then slowly lower ourselves down into this flat position. Get into the camera. We'll take our hands by our chest and we're just going to lift up. So we're going to start the same way we did for the other mobility class, with 3 cobras, lifting, extending that back and getting that spine all warmed up. One more here. Oh, enjoy that movement, and then coming down again and then pushing up onto all fours. Getting your hands directly underneath our shoulders, tucking those toes under. We're going to come up to a downward dog. So downward facing dog. Just stay here for a few seconds while we push our heads and our chest through our shoulders and our arms. And enjoy this position before we take a step forward. We'll start stepping forward on our right leg. So right leg forward, coming up into that lunge position. So we're not going to do a traditional lunge where we drop that knee. We're going to do like we did last time with our week 1 to 2 mobility session, where we're going to do a split squat. So we're going to lean forwards, feel that stretch on that hip flexor, and then come back up. 5 on this side. So that's 2. Get that knee right over that front foot. 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Coming back up, we're going to take our hands back to the floor on the inside of our foot, and then we're going to rotate our arm round. So keep the left hand down onto the flat on the floor, and then rotate the right arm up, and like we did last time, take that elbow as close to the floor as possible. Now if you've been doing your mobility, hopefully we'll have worked on it and you'll be able to get lower. So we're doing 5 again. So we're on 3, 4, and final one, 5. Take that foot back and get yourselves back into that downward dog and just enjoy that stretch, feeling it down the back of the legs before we take our left leg forward this time. On the outside of your hand if you can, and then up into that high lunge position. We're going to do 5 split squats on this side now. So keep that back leg straight and extend forward. That's 1, 2, 3. Get that knee over the foot. 4 and 5. Lovely. Coming back up, take our hands back to the floor into that position where we're going to rotate the arm up. Enjoy that rotation and then come as low as you can with the elbow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. So we've warmed up our legs and our joints slightly as we're coming up, and now we're going to work on our balance and strength. So starting off on our right side, we're going to plant our right foot down and we're going to do some runner's lunges. So right foot stays on the ground, left leg will step back. This time we are going to drop that knee and we're going to take the hand to the floor, and then we're going to bring up the knee and drive up with the other arm. So we're going to do 5 of this with that right leg staying still. So this is 2, 3, oops, try and maintain that balance, 4, 5. We're going to then move into a curtsy lunge. So straight into it, keeping that right leg planted on the floor. Step that left leg behind. That's 3. Use the arms for balance. 4 and 5. Then we're going to do a straight leg deadlift, single leg deadlift, using that right leg planted again on the floor. So come down into that hinge position, back nice and straight, chest slightly elevated, looking forwards. And our hands are no lower than our knees, just below our knees. We're going to tilt that left leg back and then feel that stretch on that hamstring. Squeeze the bottom, stand up. So again, 5 here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keeping that right leg planted again, so we're really building up that strength. Elevate that left knee. We're going to do some hip cars. So we take the knee out, rotate round, push back and back. So knee up, to the side, rotate down, push back. That's 2, 3, keep the balance, 4, really feel the grip in your feet, and 5, push back. We're going to repeat the same now on the left hand side. So we're going to do the runner's lunge this time. So plant that left foot. That is the stability leg. That's the leg that we're working on. The right leg will be creating the resistance. So really engage that core, squeeze that bottom, suck in that tummy, and let's keep going. So runner's lunge, touch to the floor, bend that back knee, and then lift that knee up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that left leg planted. Take the right leg behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single leg deadlift. So going to hinge at the hips, keeping that left leg planted. Imagine you're holding onto a weight, so our hands don't go any lower than just below our knees. Take that right leg behind. Feel the pull on the hamstring, squeeze the bottom and stand up. So let's get into that position again. This will be number 2, 3, 4, squeeze the bottom, stand up, and 5. And now let's do those hip cars. So left leg planted, right leg elevate, rotate round. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good work. Now we're going to move on to our core. So we're going to do a side plank to start with. So coming onto our sides, we want to have our elbows directly underneath our shoulders and our feet stretched out. Now you can, like we've done in other workouts, have that lower leg bent if you want to take it down a level. Otherwise, really try. We're just going to elevate and hold a plank for 10 seconds. So off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change sides. So again, elbow directly underneath that shoulder, and we're going to keep everything in line. Really think about not falling forwards or rotating back. Off we go. Elevate and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So we're going to do some slow mountain climbers here. Again, we've done these in previous exercises. But this time we're going to just bring our knees slightly to the outside of our elbows. So again, hands directly underneath our shoulders. Take those feet out into that tall plank position and then bring that knee just to the outside of our elbows. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. We're moving on now to our dead bugs. So this one you can have 2 different levels. You can either do straight leg dead bugs or bent knee to take it down a level. So first of all, lying on your back, you can either have it so that your knees are at right angles and you have your arms straight up. We're going to either, wave the sofa here, we either extend opposite arm, opposite leg out, like so, or if you want to take it up a level, bring your legs up as well. So I'm going to keep my legs elevated, I'm going to drop my right arm and my left leg and then bring both up to the center. So that's 1, 2, do slow and in control, 3, try and use your breath, 4, inhale as you go back, exhale as you come up. We got 6 here, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one. Good job. We're going to do a slightly different version of a tabletop here because we're going to do tabletop to squat to plank. So bear with me. So like we did in our previous workouts, we're going to do a tabletop position here. So our hands are, we're leaning back onto our hands, but we're also squeezing our bottoms, feet are hip width apart. We're then going to come forwards into a squat, hands onto the floor, step back into a tall plank. That is 1. Half. Back into a squat, coming up, and then back into tabletop, lifting our bottoms. Okay, we're going to do 5 of these. Take it slow, so squeeze that bottom, that's our tabletop, into a squat. So try and keep those feet flat on the floor, chest elevated, back nice and straight, hands planted, step it back into a plank, then come back in, squat, back out, tabletop, squeeze the bottom, squat, plank, squat, tabletop, squat. This is number 3, plank, squat, tabletop, squeeze it up. Let's do 4, plank, squat, tabletop, squeeze the bottom, squeeze it down, control that movement. This is the last one. Plank it up, step it forwards, into that squat, back into that tabletop, and lower down. Great work. We're going to do some deep stretching now. So this is where we really get to get some movement in those joints, and this will really help with all your other workouts. So even if you can't fit in anything higher impact or higher energy or intensity, do this workout because it's so good to maintain the mobility in our legs. So we're going to start off like we did last time, so repeating the exercises, feet nice and wide, leaning back into those hands, and we're going to drop the knee in, and we're just going to swap sides. We're going to do 10 of these, so 5 per side, just holding that position. 3 here, 4, 5. We always work so hard with our day-to-day lives, and we squeeze in workouts and forget that our body needs to be maintained. And this mobility workout will do just that. A little bit of strength, balance, which is so important for women of our age. We need to improve our balance and work on our strength and our mobility. I reckon we've got 2 more. 1 and 2. So we've gone to our windscreen legs, and now we're going to do our 90-90. So that's that one leg in front at that 90 degrees and one leg behind at 90. And we're going to see if we can get those knees nice and flat to the floor and just sitting as tall as you can so that it's comfortable. That's what we're aiming for, a comfortable position like this. If you find that you're leaning, that's fine. Get yourself a cushion so that you can prop yourself up. That's also good. So we're going to do 30 seconds per side. We're almost there. Lovely. 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to the other side. So taking that left leg forward now. Right leg behind. Again, you're going to have a side that is weaker than the other or more flexible than the other. So the aim is to get these knees flat to the floor. So this side for me is a side I need to work on. That knee is propping up too high. I'm having to push down to make that a little bit more comfortable, but it's something I'm aware of. You've got to be aware of your bodies. What feels good? What doesn't feel right? Same when you're having food. Think about how your body reacts to that food after you've eaten it. Does it feel good? If it doesn't feel good, if it's not giving you energy, then we've got to think about why we're eating it. Okay, team. Let's push through in 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to these deep squat rotations. So we're coming into that squat position like we did for that plank squat. So we're having, if we can, have our heels flat on the floor and our chests nicely elevate. Push the knees apart slightly with our elbows and have our fingertips on the floor. When you are ready, place one hand down, flat, and rotate and look at the hand as you're keeping our feet planted, knees apart. And enjoy that stretch. We'll hold it for another 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And change sides. Rotate round, look at that hand, enjoy the rotation through our spine and our trunks. 3, 2, and 1. We've only got a few more to do, so let's do this pigeon pose. Same as last time. We want a right angle at the front, if you can, and then the other leg goes right behind. Now, like I said last time, I'm working on this. I'm trying to get that leg nice and flat, so maintaining good hip mobility, pushing through to get really good joint mobility here. Trying to make it look comfortable, feel comfortable. That's what I want. I want my hips to feel comfortable in these positions, get more flexibility there. We're holding it 30 seconds per side, so I reckon about 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And same on the other side. So again, get that leg at right angles, pop the other leg behind, and then sitting up and really feeling that gorgeous stretch through our glute area, into our hip flexors, keeping that knee nice and flat to the floor. If you are super flexible, then go lower if you feel comfortable, otherwise you can stay seated. I'm still working on trying to get this side a little bit more flexible and more comfortable in this position, but it really helps. It's a lovely stretch to do, especially if you have had a heavy week, especially if you're sat down a lot of the time. Get these hip flexibility, mobility stretches done. So 2 nice poses to finish with. We'll do cat-cow first of all. So on all fours, this is a good one to do. Again, waking up the body or just making sure after a day of sat down, Hands directly underneath our shoulders, knees directly underneath our hips. And we're going to start off with just tilting our chin up, dropping our chest down, squeezing our shoulder blades together, and then reverse that move. So chin to chest, pull apart the shoulder blades, round up that back, suck that tummy in. Let's do one more of each. Inhale. And exhale. Final stretch of this workout. We sit onto our heels. Keep that bottom engaged with our heels as we walk our hands forward into a child's pose. Fingertips as far forward as you can and rest that head on the floor. See if you can keep that bottom touching your heels as you walk those fingertips forward. You'll feel a lovely stretch through your shoulders, which will be great if you've had a heavy week of doing the workouts. Enjoy that stretch through your upper back and your lower back and all through your arms. Keep it here for a few more seconds. Enjoy this movement, this nice, calm stretch. And then slowly bring your hands up. Thank you so much for doing your mobility with me today. I hope you look forward to the other exercises and the other workouts, and I'll see you soon.